Francis Atwoli would tell Farouk Kibet to issue a warrant of arrest on the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. As who? Francis Atwoli has no powers to order for the arrest of any citizen in this country. Second, Francis Atwoli should tell us what arresting powers does Farouk Kibet have, so that Francis Atwoli would advise Farouk Kibet to move with immediate speed to arrest Gachagua. Francis Atwoli is now pushing for the extension of the presidential term limit from 5 to 7 years. If I am not wrong, he advocated for this agenda and advanced this agenda when he was at his Quisero village some few days ago. Francis Atwoli, the fighter of workers, the fighter of democracy, the fighter of a better Kenya, has forgotten his place. Today, he is pushing the agenda of the government, and he knows this government is not serving the interests of Kenyans and of workers. He knows this is not what he stands for, but he is in government and comfortable at it. And he has forgotten he has too much power and too much influence in this country. And whatever he says sticks to many Kenyans. And he's misusing this power to prop up this bad government, which we all know is killing Kenyans and the Kenyan industry. I mean, literally, this government is abducting Kenyans, torturing the rest of the activists, detaining so many Kenyans without trial. And we all saw how this government is even shooting live ammunition to Kenyans on the street. The same government that is proposing punitive tax regimes is the government now Francis Atwoli is comfortable championing and advancing its agenda. You tell me, Francis Atwoli, the hero of many, has fallen from his glory and from his legacy. He is now a man who we see as a puppet for this government. I mean, it is the same thing Raila Odinga did. So many Kenyans, especially those who have been advancing the ideals of democracy and who have been pushing for a better country, know that this is not the better country we want. Know that this is not the better government we were looking for. And they are wondering, and they are perplexed. In fact, they are dumbfounded that Raila Odinga forsake all his ideals for democracy and for constitutionalism and for a better country to dine with the current president and the current regime. Raila Odinga, the one who fought for multipartyism, is now cheering the cannibalization of political parties in this country. We all know we do not have an opposition in this country. Raila Odinga, he, the enigma who fought for a better constitution, is now watching in silence as this constitution is being butchered and brutalized day and night. Raila Odinga, the champion of social rights, is now watching as children are being abducted, tortured, arrested, and detained without trial. I am sure Raila Odinga would never want anyone to go through the torture that he went through in Moi's regime. Why is he comfortable with that same torture and same ill treatment being perpetrated on activists and on young citizens of this country? Has he forgotten how bad it feels to be oppressed by your own government? It is the same thing that Francis Atwoli is doing. If Francis Atwoli was a worker today, he would feel the pain in the payslips. I was looking at a proposal that Nelson Amenya, Professor Alfred Omenya, shared on X the other day. A sum total of all the taxes the government has propped up in the last few months brings us to around 49% of tax deductions in our payslips. So you tell me, as a Kenyan living in this country, are you comfortable giving out 50% of your salary to this government? Especially when you can see zero accountability for the taxes they deduct. We already know the housing levy benefits the rich because those houses are built for the rich. There's nothing affordable about the affordable housing program. We already know that the digital tax Kenyans have been paying for cannot be accounted for, and we cannot show what importance, what project or what initiative that digital tax has done. That digital tax should be coming back to these Kenyans who are in the digital service industry. It should be training them and capacity building them. We should see the government building, capacity building our YouTubers. I mean, what's the point of deducting digital tax from them if we cannot see that money being injected back to our economy? The same way the government deducts you money for NHIF and you can pay for hospital expenses using NHIF. Where does the digital tax go to? We've already seen that the government has proposed to increase the road maintenance levy, while we cannot already see, as it is, the maintenance of the already existing roads.